aftermath, we're breaking it down. Timmy and Decoy, they're taking the crown. They're laughing and smacking with no holding back. Reviews that sting like a full throttle attack. Two drunks in a bottle, better learn your place. Squad cast drama, they're running the race. And the Delta BB, we're giving you grief. The aftermath's here with no disbelief. Now here's the story, here's the scoop. Timmy's got the facts, Decoy's got the loop. They're breaking it down with some serious flair. If you didn't tune in.
Hey everyone, welcome back to the Aftermath podcast. Got your host here, Timmy, and I
Decoy.
am joined by my co-host, Decoy.
Yeah, I beat you to it this time.
I'm still trying to figure out these technical issues that I always have at the beginning of the episode.
I don't think that your
so
computer. I
we-
think your
we got-
computer has a bedtime. I think that's what it is, and it's like right at the beginning of the show, it wants to go to sleep.
Every single time.
Yeah.
It's always got to be something.
Hey, but at least
So
we're not
we got
fashionably
quite a bit
late.
to cover. Oh, well, kind of. We are 3 minutes past.
Yeah, well, yeah, we were a little late, but we're not, fashionably late like BB.
Yeah, no kidding. I think somebody that's in charge of so much would have the simple things figured out. I'm just
Yeah.
starting.
Exactly.
So,
it wouldn't be an aftermath if we didn't dig on BB right out of the gate.
we got to every single time. It's, if we stop doing it, he's going to think we didn't care.
Yeah, that's true.
We got Squads Productions in the comments. Apparently, I know I'm having issues, guys.
Yeah, that was me. I
Hunter
put
says
that in there.
Karma's real. Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Sweet. So Hunter said Karma's real, and South Coast Productions says, "What's up, everyone? Hey, man, how you doing?" We gotta get him on one of our podcasts too.
Yeah, he'd get some pretty good insight. That's for sure.
He was supposed to have one starting, and I think he canceled it. Maybe.
No, he does his podcast, but they're
Really?
few and far in between. He does them when he's got enough information to really do a good podcast.
Okay. I wonder what that's like.
And there's old L. Pauly. Hey, what's up,
Oh,
Pauly, man?
Paulie's in here.
Yeah.
What's up, Paulie? Surprised he's awake.
For the babysitter let him
Y'all
out.
definitely have issues. Yeah, the babysitter let him out. Oh goodness! So we've taken. Well, it's been 2 weeks since our last episode.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, it has been 2 weeks. You had some family issues that came up along the way. So we took a week off.
Yeah. I took a week off, and I was supposed to be part of Tater and a Beer on Saturday, and last Saturday, and I had to call out of it last minute because I was not gonna get home from that celebration of life. So, but yeah, 2 weeks much needed, honestly, with how much is going on around here.
Yeah. Yeah, South Coast. Yeah,
How have you
yours is like
been?
every 5 months. Every 5 months is when you get a good podcast going on. Hey Jess, how's it going? Yes, BB, I know that you Squad Productions now, bad leader. You take the credit when credit is due. Yeah, we know that. We may have lost Timmy because he looks like he kind of froze up. There he is.
Yeah, I'm back.
Okay.
So I do have a big windstorm coming through. So if I do cut out, we'll make up for it. Either I get back tonight or at a later date. So, so what is BB saying? I'm a bad leader. I'll take credit where it is due. Yeah, I mean, at least he's got a point.
Yeah, that's true.
So how you been, Decoy? It's been a while.
Oh, not too bad. Just sitting here watching the rest of the squirrels try to climb the wrong tree to get the right nuts.
Oh, nice. Sounds amazing.
Oh yeah. Also, if you hear me cough or whatever, please bear with me. This is the worst year I've ever had for allergies. Uh, I mean, it's just kicking my butt tonight.
And mine started out last night, actually. Just glad my voice wasn't damaged too bad.
Yeah,
Just all nasally.
yeah, but it's definitely not been a fun year for allergies, that's for sure.
No, I'm surrounded by fields too, so them messing with that, getting all the dust going. He's under the squad channel.
Yeah,
Oh,
Polly was asking
oh,
where,
my
where
bad.
where you at, BB. It's like, yeah, he's under squad production. So if you see him posting under squad productions, that's him. He's pulling
Jess
an
has
A.
asked. Oh, my bad. It sucks that I can't see you. I can't see when you're talking.
Yeah.
Jess says, "Why is it daylight at your house, but it's dark as hell at mine?" Oh, that's because I'm better. It's a skill issue.
Yeah, it's already dark here
Yeah,
also,
Polly.
but I'm a good hour ahead of you though.
Yeah, no kidding. I'm trying to chase the sunlight that you just had. It's getting dark. It looks darker than it is on camera. I can say that much. It's just surprising.
Yeah,
We just burned the field yesterday.
yeah, we can see the trees kind of swaying in the background, so I can tell you're getting a little bit of wind.
A little bit. It's rocking the house. 'Tis the season for the sneezing. Yeah,
Yes,
that's true. That's a good one. You should have made that our title.
we may have to next week if I can't talk.
We'll both do it. Too lazy to sign into my personal account. I'd rather use a company one since I got. Yeah, but like, if you did though, it would get us another viewer, and you could like it, so then we pump up our likes. But I guess being a good leader, we want your guys to, you know, kind of do good.
Yeah. So,
So we got a
you're
drunks in a bottle episode, which they revisited.
yeah, I don't
Uh,
know if they're catching a lot of you because you're cutting out pretty good and you're roboting a little bit also.
oh, I'll wait. I'll wait.
Yeah, it's no, it's we know it's a windstorm and everything because I mean, like I said, the trees they sway then they just pause, sway then they pause. So it's like you're probably getting pretty good wind out there right now.
Yeah, and
But
that the satellite that we have, or the modem that all our stuff runs off of, is like 20, no, like 10 miles away. Not even. But since that distance and it's on a tower, it kind of sways a bit and disrupts the signal.
you get that long
Um,
distance Wi-Fi for your internet.
yeah, pretty much. It's all right, but sometimes it sucks.
Yeah, well, yeah, do what you got to do to get the internet going.
No kidding.
Probably
Well,
says
so
yes, ma'am.
we had the yeah, Polly. Be careful, Polly. She'll beat you up.
No,
Um,
he's agreeing. It's a teasing for the
no, I
sneezing.
know. Yeah. No, I mean, you get her too hot headed there. Too much of air in the head. She gets a little feisty. Don't call her ma'am. She is a savage. No, I can't wait for the response to that one.
But just even thinking about
So,
that kind of reminded me. For some reason, I don't know how the hell it got into my Facebook reels, but I guess you know that they no longer do hot branding. They do cold branding now for horses and cattle and everything like that. Well, I guess the new fad
Yeah,
is that people are doing that for tattoos to themselves because it's more painless.
I've heard that. Yep.
And it's like, I mean, I can understand, doing it for your livestock and everything, and it's more humane, but I mean, I don't think I'd wanna do it to me, and one person said it's good in a way to actually for tattoo removal, and they actually did it over the brand over a tattoo, and it literally removed the tattoo.
Yeah, but it also damages a couple
Yeah, the hair
layers of
follicles.
skin.
Yeah, the top layer of skin and the, hair follicles, yeah. But you got the ink underneath, so, I mean, you already damaged the top layer of skin that way too with the tattoo.
Right. That's true. Oh, I see what he meant. So BB put into the channel chat, break a leg. So it's going off of their Two Drunks episode where they they got upset because I was on a phone call with BB before they went on, and I told him good luck, being courteous and nice, and now apparently with bad juju.
Okay.
And that's where Hunter said karma at the beginning. Karma's real. Little shit. These guys never get a break from them,
No, never.
So we got a Two Drunks episode to cover tonight, which is good. At least we got content now. I mean,
Yeah.
we got the Two Drunks. We got Tater and a Beer. I mean, we got a couple more coming up episodes. What's the? We have a mystery
Yeah.
podcast that we're gonna have to cover
Mysteries of the
too.
Underworld?
Mysteries of the underworld. What's
Right,
up, Hammy? How's it
yeah.
going?
Yeah, hey, Hammy. Speaking of which, Hammy is now the co-host with BB on The Unfiltered.
Oh, really? Yeah, that's right.
Yes.
There you
So
go. I
so,
that was an episode I wasn't there for live much,
yeah,
but
BB picked up, Hammy to go with The Unfiltered, which is a very, very good fit. Um,
I think so.
yeah, and then, Mysteries of the Underworld. Nick is gonna be doing that one with Jess or JEB. Um, then I'm going to be kind of starting another one that's kind of like this one, but instead of having a dedicated co-host, it's gonna just be one of the squad at random. I'll reach out and say, "Hey, gonna be doing, front porch episode. You want to be on it?" And I was wanting to have it about like above PG-13, but I don't think anybody in the squad can keep it at that level, so it's gonna be more NC-17. So that way,
Okay.
get more hosts on there, and that'll be
Well, I
coming out
know
shortly.
one person. If you want to keep it PG-13, do not invite BB.
Oh, yeah,
I'm
definitely.
bad. That guy. Oh my lord, he can't hold his tongue.
Yeah, that is true. But, we're hoping to get that one up and running probably within the next week or so, or 2 weeks. It'll eventually get there, but it's gonna still working on some of the finer details.
Okay. I'm pretty excited for that. Pretty excited for the mysteries and the front porch, honestly. The BB Unfiltered, I mean, it's always good when he does have it, and it's kind of one of those shows that you can't do every week and it not feel monotonous. Because sometimes, things just don't change. Then you always gotta come up with different topics and shit like that.
Yeah.
So it's been a good refresher to have the Unfiltered every now and then, according to instead of like being every week.
Yeah, that is true. Um, Hammy, if you want, go ahead and jump into VC real quick.
Also, good updates for this channel. A lot of good updates. Sorry, I'm dyslexic, Hunter. I can't read.
Welcome to my
English is
world.
the first and worst language. Yeah, no, dude, it sucks.
Yeah.
Then people look at you and they go, "You're dyslexic, not retarded. Get with it." And it's like, oh, okay.
Yeah, we
There
always
goes the PG-13.
fought it as, a kid and everything. It's just, well, there's nothing we can do for you, but now there really is. And we now have Mr. Hammy Games in our wonderful deal. How you doing, Hammy?
Oh, just making pizza.
Making pizza?
Making
hope
pizza.
Making pizza.
I hope it's everything but pineapple.
Oh, I hope it's pineapple.
Pineapple only goes on pizza if you're like in the middle of summer.
Yeah.
No, pineapple only goes on pizza if you're gonna put it in the trash.
No. With black olives.
Oh,
Oh man.
yeah.
Sweet, savory, salt.
So,
How you doing,
Hammy,
Hammy? Oh,
oh, good.
did I break?
No,
it
I
just
think
got
we
quiet. You
covered
go
each
ahead,
other. I
bud.
think we covered each other.
You go ahead.
So, Hammy, how
Um,
you been, man?
Busy as always.
Busy at not being busy, or busy as being busy? 'Cause I can go both ways. I can tell people I'm busy, but not really busy. But then I could really be busy and tell people I'm not busy.
Well, I mean, busy but not busy because, with the whole YouTube thing, there's like days that I have to put out. I have to spend hours recording, but other than that, not really.
so
So, go ahead.
you said you do YouTube and recording. What do you what's your main genre? I don't know if you've covered this or not.
I wouldn't say there's really a genre. Like, kind of have a little bit of everything going right now. Survival games, basically, simulator type games. But other than that, it's like I have a Sons of the Forest. Well, I guess maybe it is more simulator, huh? Because I have the Sons of the Forest, fast food, Schedule One. Yeah, so it's more sim related than anything else.
Okay. Your turn there, grumpy old boomer.
Yeah, grumpy old boomer. So you had your first episode with Bronson on the Unfiltered. So how do you think that the episode went?
I mean, I think it went good. I guess ultimately it matters on who's watching it, whether or not it's good, because obviously movie stars think their movie's great, but if it flops in the box office, well, then it's straight to DVD. So it's kind of one of those deals where I think it went good. I think what makes it good with like Bronson is the whole unfiltered thing, right? Just the word alone. You don't need to put a parental advisory. You don't need to tell people anything. It kind of speaks for itself. So, and I'm pretty much the same. Like anybody that knows me knows that me and beer are kind of like best friends. So I don't mind the unfiltered part. My part that I think would be hard is trying to censor myself. Like I have that problem in YouTube right now where I'll be playing a game and if you watch any of my videos, I don't edit none of my stuff. You get to see the good, the bad, the ugly, the boring, the whatever it is. I let everybody see that. So I have a problem where when I'm playing a game, I jump back into something. It's like right in the middle of something that I left off on the last episode, and I'm mad about something else. So, I want to be like swearing, but YouTube don't like that. So you have to kind of like let it go a little bit before
Yeah.
you drop your first swear word, and then you're free to go after so much time, unless a Karen out there decides they want to hit the report button because you swear too much.
Yeah, and it's only certain words too. It's like the first 8 minutes, they want it to be advertiser friendly for the first 8 minutes, but they don't give a rat's ass, about certain words. It's just the big words that they really do not like fuck and all that. That's the words that they really don't care about in the first 8 minutes. But after that, they're uh, pretty much open for as
Well,
much as you want to do.
you remember when YouTube was like a free for all, right? Back in the, I think me and BB covered this back in the days of the videos couldn't be longer than 15 minutes.
Mhm.
And then you could do videos longer than 15 minutes only if you were a YouTube partner at the time. So people were really putting in the work to try to get to YouTube partner. And then what they realized was that the content that was making them popular wasn't exactly kid friendly. So they toned down on what the swearing and stuff like that was. All the while, Twitch said, "Come on over here and do whatever you want." That was when Twitch started up. So
And
then Twitch started to like rein in on some things and be a little bit more controlling on the content. And YouTube said, "Wait a minute, let's just open it up." So then they kind of let it go where, after so many seconds into the video, then you could start swearing. YouTube ads aren't the money maker for content creators anymore. The money makers for content creators on YouTube is YouTube memberships and paid promotions. Those are the only, like, that's the way you make money. If you plan on making money on YouTube by views, what's the CPM right now? Like 10 cents for every 1,000 views?
Yeah, it's very, very low.
So you need
And
like 1 million views to even get anywhere, and YouTube has a payout threshold where you have to make so much before they even pay you out. So if you're not already at 1 million subscribers, or let's just say you get to the 500 mark where you can start doing membership. Well, when you do the membership, you're only going to get 70% of what's paid to YouTube back to yourself. And then you have to hit 1,000 subscribers before YouTube says, "Okay, now we're going to put ads that we decide what they are on your content. And if people don't click on it, then it is what it is." And I guess now you can decide where in the video it is. Before you couldn't. It would just show up whenever. You'd be in the middle of talking and it would cut to an ad break. So at least now if you're editing, you can pick that spot, like the chapter or whatever that you want it to become an advertisement. I have no ambitions on that. Like, I could care less. If I hit 500 subscribers, I will not do channel memberships. I'll do something in my Discord. I can't. I'm not going to, first off, if I'm going to do all the work, I mean, yeah, YouTube's kind of giving you the platform, but they're not doing nothing to help you. So I don't feel like I should have to let them have 25% of what people want to see from me.
yeah, it's like, I get 5 or 6 emails a week from Stream Element saying, "Hey, we have these promotions we want you to help push. Guarantee paid out of this." But it's for shit I would not recommend to, my worst enemy. So it's like, and I've emailed them back and said, I'll consider it if you give me something good. I don't want to, push, Sega Crush Genesis 12 on people when I can't even stand, playing those stupid Jewel games and everything.
Right. Like, I was shocked myself. I created my ex Twitter, whatever you want to call it. I created that and I put in it that, new content creator, basically as the description of what it is. And like a day later, I got this message, and it was from a user named Never Say Never, and it was this invitation to come play this game. And I was like, all right, something ain't right here, because I have no content at all. Why would somebody reach out to me to do this? So I followed the link that they had, and it took me to Steam, and it was for a game that they have called The Last Nordic Tribe. They already have a demo out for it, but the what they invited me to was like a closed beta demo. And I told them, back in the message once they sent me the code, I'm like, I just want to let you know that when I play this game, I'm going to record it from the time that I start to the time that I finish. Doesn't matter if it's 10-minute long demo or an hour and 10 minutes long. Everybody's going to see what's in there. I'm not going to lie to somebody and tell them that your game's great when it's not. I'm going to point out all the good and the bad things in it. And they responded back, great, that's what we want. And I'm like, huh, all right, ask and you shall receive.
Yeah, that's the way it ought to be. I mean, most of the devs out there, especially if they're small indies, they don't want like PewDiePie or Mr. Beast or all these other people to play the games. They want regular people that's going to give honest feedback. Because
I mean, has pumpkin pie been relevant in a while?
no,
Not really.
I don't think. I think when he had his Coco video pulled down, that he kind of went and crawled back into this hole.
Yeah. I just he was popular. He got popular on what, Minecraft? I think it was, maybe. I don't remember. It was years ago. He was in the boom of YouTube when YouTube was a thing, and then all of a sudden these other people came out and he fell off the shelf.
Yeah, it was a battle between him and Mr. Beast for a while. Then Coco Melon came out and knocked them both into the dirt. And it's like, that's why he came out. That's why PewDiePie came out with Coco to literally make fun of him. And YouTube got mad at him and literally pulled down his video. But you can still get it on Apple Music and stuff.
Right.
Do you guys remember the YouTuber Fred?
Yeah.
What was like the content? Was it like
Just
gaming?
fucking stupid humor.
Fred, I
Like,
feel
for
like
no reason he got. I mean, he was super famous.
is
on
he that guy
YouTube,
that was
and
just like
really
not that
big.
long ago on Impulsive with Logan Paul and stuff? Is that the one that I
He
can't
would
remember the guy's
always
name.
talk in a high pitched voice, and I mean, he did several videos to where he was like swimming in a baby pool with floaties on his arms and shit. Like, it was early days YouTube, like, but he
Did,
fucking fell off too. Like,
did
just
either
out of
one
the
of you know what the first YouTube video was off the top of your head?
Actually,
The very first ever video put on YouTube.
no.
yeah.
It was a guy going to the zoo.
Yeah.
That was the very first ever YouTube video.
Yeah.
How many
Fred
views
goes
does it have?
swimming 16 years ago.
Yeah, dude fucking dropped off.
Yeah.
I think he did.
Yeah. The funny thing is that YouTube was not even supposed to be a video website. It was actually supposed to be a dating site.
Really?
Yeah. They even paid people to post, hey, I'm so and so. Here's my hobbies. And it still bombed. And then they put that going to the zoo video up there, and people started, watching it and saying, hey, I can do stupid shit like this too. And so they quickly changed their business model.
So
of
the
course.
first video on YouTube was called Me at the Zoo. And it was uploaded by a user called Jawed, Jawed, and currently sits at, it's going to sound bad, it was uploaded 19 years ago. And matter of fact, the upload date was April 23rd, 2005. Most people in here were either not born or probably toddlers.
Mm-hmm.
Close.
The video only and it's only an 18-second video, by the way, or 19-second, and it has currently 354 million views. There's videos people put out a week ago that are pushing 1 billion views already.
Right.
Yeah.
It's just it circulates differently nowadays.
It's just a wonder that video hasn't gone viral just based on the fact that it's the first, right? Like people want to see the first one go. This is where everything started. All these people that are making millions of dollars off YouTube can go back and look at how stupid of a 19-second clip this is. But in 2005, with the cameras and this was top of the line stuff.
Yeah, and the funny thing is, Jawed has 5.32 million subscribers with only one video with 3,000 or 354 million views from 19 years ago.
Mhm.
And it's like, and I don't think that whoever that is going to put it up, but he joined April the 23rd, 2005. And it's like,
Well, the retention's not there. It's only for 19 seconds.
no.
Right. So, like, if you think of, well, that's also, remember back when YouTube, like, 15 minutes was a long video.
Right.
Nobody recorded because you didn't have people editing and doing all this shit. It was like, this is me holding a camera, taking a video of my family, cutting the grass or chopping down trees. Now you have people that spend 4 hours playing a game and edit it down to 40 minutes. And you know that if somebody were to go to the zoo, there's nothing, like, all you can really edit out is your walk between exhibits.
Right.
Yeah, and Jawed is actually the co-founder of YouTube. The guy that's in that video is the actual true co-founder of YouTube.
What was the guy's name? Oh shit, I can't remember the it's the default like I think the default Facebook the silhouette with the guy like it's in blue or something like that. It's like that default.
The default Facebook image.
Yeah, was it Facebook or was it MySpace or something? But it was like whoever the guy that created it was, his silhouette became the if you don't have a profile picture, this is what you get. And I feel like it was YouTube or Facebook, but I'm not sure. That guy there is a multi-billionaire. More people know his name and don't even know who he is than some of the most popular people in the world.
Yeah. Yeah, and
freaking crazy.
it is. And it's like, and every time you get a book from Audible, this is Audible. That guy, he recorded that on the worst microphone and the worst environment, and they still use it to this day because that's a trademark to Audible.
Oh, it's Tom from MySpace,
Tom.
apparently.
Yeah, I never had a MySpace
I
account.
thought it was always a foot with MySpace. It always looked like a fucking foot.
I like you, Steve. You bring up about, or Decoy, you bring up about the voice, right? Like think about the EA Sports that it's in the game.
Yeah,
that guy made a fortune off of doing absolutely nothing. Then there's also a lady that lives in like a trailer, whose voice is used at every airport, on every subway, all over and she signed a deal, 20 years ago for X amount of money and her voice to be used in perpetuity. And now it's used everywhere and she's not getting a dime off of it. And there's nothing she could do because she signed a deal. So like when you see a YouTube channel with 50 million subscribers, that means nothing to me. Because after the first 1,000, you're monetized. So if you get 1,000 people, well, you are eligible to be monetized. So if you have 1,000 people subscribe to you, and then you put out content regularly, and they get views, and then over the course of their lifetime they get views, you get kickback revenue. And if your videos are popular enough, then advertisers are going to be like, hey, you got a lot of people watching your stuff. Let me pay you on the side. You just click on the little button that says there's a paid advertisement in this video. YouTube gets 0% of that. So really, subscribers means nothing once you hit 1,000 on YouTube.
Yeah.
Hmm.
That's like the only ones I know that do not use that lady, and I know which lady you're talking about. I can't remember her name, but they used her voice actually to base the first version of Siri for the iPhone off of her also. The only
Really?
ones I know of that they do not use that is a LAX. And that's a husband and wife team that does the announcements for them. And if you've ever seen the movie Airplane, that is actually them doing the actual white zone and red zone scene in the actual movie. And they got paid like pennies on the dollar to do it because they just wanted to do it for the fun of it.
It's kind of like that guy with the golden voice. Do you ever see that video? The bum on the side of the road where a car pulls up and he walks up to him holding a sign, and the dude has like the best announcer voice ever.
Oh yeah, the radio show voice.
Yeah, and now he's a millionaire because some dude had a camera and
Nice.
recorded him.
Well, he also
Like
got a
the-
job too, didn't he?
Yeah,
At
no,
a
he got a
radio
job with a
station?
radio station. Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Like he went from the guy made a video about it, made like a GoFundMe or something to help this guy get some money to even get a hotel to stay in.
Yeah.
And then he went from there and he like parlayed that right into now he's the voice of, radio shows, which again, in perpetuity, when you sign a deal, that's the lifetime of it. So they can use your name, image, and likeness forever.
Mhm.
So, to negotiate how much it's worth, I would always, if it was up to me, I would always try. Okay, you're offering me $5 million. I want 15. You don't want to give me 15. Let's meet in the middle. That way, at least I know there's something because they're not going to lowball you unless they know they're going to make money off of it.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Yeah, it's definitely not like it was back in the 70s and 80s when, they actually valued talent. Today it's just, oh, what can I get for a buck?
That's why SAG's breaking down, the Screen Actors Guild. That's why people aren't joining that because you're not really the only thing you're getting there is you're getting like priority on scripts. But you tell me a movie in the past, let's just call it 10 years, that was actually worth a damn. That like was something you'd go, hey, that was a really good movie. You might go, that was a good movie. Most movies that have come out, aside from like the Deadpool series, let's exclude that because Ryan Reynolds can't.
Crushed
Sorry, tall ass,
He crushed.
with the whole Ryan Reynolds thing on the podcast and all. But I don't mean to rub salt in the wounds. But
It's all right. Yeah, I had a good time with him. He came to my house instead. Fuck BB.
right, but like, what movie has come out in the past 10 years that is original and good? Most of them have been Disney remakes, DEI remakes. There's really nothing you can say. Like, if they came out with a Harry Potter tomorrow, you know what it is.
Yeah.
That's why Wicked went a month, 2 months in theaters, and it's already on DVD and in Disney Plus because nobody went to see it.
Yeah, nobody gave a shit. Well, I will say, what was it, A Quiet Place with the guy that played Jim from The Office? I mean, I just like it because of the sick. Really, it's just a guy trying to keep his fucking family quiet, and they won't.
They should just make a movie and call it Life, and just let people
Life?
walk around. Yeah, like when I was growing up, we always said, could you imagine if we had cameras in our car while we're driving around just talking shit and doing stupid stuff, and then you fast forward 15 years past that and they have cameras in cars and they're doing shows like Cash Cab and like it's surprising at what happened. So if they would just do that and be like, all right, everybody that's going to be in this movie, strap a GoPro to you and just go. Live your life. Let's make a movie out of that and show people what life is. What really is going on, not some Hollywood fantasy land. I know it's good to escape reality, but Jesus, some of that stuff they put out makes you want to go bang your head on a rock.
I mean, I mean, we're getting to the point. Have you seen the movie called Idiocracy? Well, Mike Judge movie.
No, Decoy. If I'm being fair, I don't watch movies because as soon as I see the advertisement for it, you
You've seen the
already
movie.
know. Yeah, it's the whole movie. They tell you the beginning, they tell you the middle, they tell you the end. The only thing you don't know is what happens in it, like to get to that point.
Yeah, well, in Idiocracy, the movie of the year for the last 20 years was called Ass. Two cheeks on a screen. Just some guy's ass is sitting there, and people are going to for 2 hours to watch it. And to me, that's what cinema's becoming. Is you go into
Well,
the
that's what streaming is. You can
pretty
watch a
much.
chick fucking like you can watch a dude or a chick sleep for fucking 8 hours, and that chick's getting donations and like
Well, two drunks
people
in a
that take
bottle.
these streams.
Two drunks in a
Yeah,
bottle
our
had the
fucking
had the
no, no,
pizza
no, no.
rolls.
Hang on. It wasn't two drunks in a bottle. That was an aftermath. It had
No,
our title on it.
it had our title, but it was their
It had our
studio.
title. No, that was our video. We did that.
I
And
knew
we got
content
more views.
creation. I knew content creation was going down the tubes when ASMR listening to people eat popcorn and shit like that became popular. I'm like, yep, that's it. It's ruined. It's over now. You can do whatever you want.
Yeah.
And then that's around the same time when everybody became an internet singer because they figured out how to auto-tune themselves. So there's really
Yeah.
like being original on the internet is being yourself.
Yeah, or popping pimples or whatever. It's like, oh, why?
Mm,
Yeah,
we know
they have a
what's
TV show
pull you
called
go
that,
down.
Dr. Pimple Popper.
Yeah,
And people like it, it's a super popular show, and all it is about a doctor zooming in on people's nasty zits, and they're popping them.
yep.
It's always the
That-
worst rabbit hole to go down to. Usually midnight. The YouTube suggestions used to change, and this was a couple years ago. Like you'd be watching videos all night. Well, at least me as a kid. I'm a little bit younger than you, Decoy. Believe it or not. Yeah, as a kid, I'd be up late watching YouTube, and all of a sudden the suggestions changed, and slowly but surely you start going down that ladder to the dark side of YouTube, and you're watching a fucking chick pop a huge blackhead on some dude's foot in the Amazon River or some shit. And it's like, what in the fuck happened?
yeah.
I think the worst thing YouTube ever did was get rid of the visual thumbs down button.
Oh, definitely.
Like it's there, but you can't see how many people hit it.
Yep.
And to me, that's like if I click on a video, and the first thing I see is it has 50 thumbs up and 5,000 thumbs down.
Yeah, I'm not watching it.
There's probably a bunch of people that agree, that's my first indicator that this might be a bad video or might be something in here I don't want to see. Instead, I got to watch up until the point where I'm disgusted, hit the thumbs down button and leave. But the next person through the door don't know what they're about to walk into. I understand why they did it. They did it so that people would get more views. But there's also that suggestions button. And YouTube's algorithm, if you're putting out a certain video or a certain type of video, you could cheat the algorithm by putting in the description of the video, hashtag, some topics, like do tags in it that will force the algorithm to put it out to people currently watching that video or somebody that has watched that video in the past. It then might become something they want to see.
Yeah. There's always gonna be a way around it too. Yeah, because it's always it's indicators to the algorithm itself too that puts these videos in the categories. Like it's not it's more like genres and stuff. Like I watch more of gun tubers, so a lot more of that comes through on my feed. I don't really search up anything else other than that, and most of the times it's just unsuggested anyway. So
Yeah,
Yeah,
and well,
that's 90%. Like as soon as sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, Decoy, but as soon as I started uploading YouTube videos, like you can ask anybody that's talked to me, or even if you listen back to the unfiltered one. I pretty much when I'm playing a game and I'm recording it, I do not watch videos on it. I don't read up on it. The only thing that I ever see is like on Steam when they update it, so I know what the hell's happening because I'm recording a week ahead of time. So I need to know what I'm getting into. But literally, my YouTube feed was survival videos and fishing videos and stuff that I was doing, stuff that I do. And as soon as I uploaded my first video, then YouTube's like, "Oh, you might like this because you uploaded this." So they're like, "Oh, here, just come watch this."
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I understand it, but I wish they wouldn't. That's why I don't share my screen. I don't do none of that. Like I have a big brother complex.
Well, YouTube is really messed up when it comes to their algorithm now. And they won't admit to it because they say our algorithm works perfect. Bullshit. They base a lot of it off of your watch history. So I've got 200 and some odd subscriptions. I get 3 recommendations max a week. And that's from my subscriptions. Everything else is all based on shit that's in my watch history.
Yeah, what you're watching.
Yeah. So what I do every month, first of the month, I go in, I delete my entire watch history. So it has to force their algorithm or shitarism to reset itself and to find something fresh for me to watch.
And don't you dare buy nothing on Amazon because 2 weeks ago,
God.
2 weeks ago, I was like, I bought a metal detector on Amazon. Never have I ever watched a single video about metal detecting on YouTube. Not once. I bought this damn metal detector, and it was going to arrive in like 3 days or whatever it is with Amazon. And wouldn't you know, videos started popping up on my YouTube about metal detecting, like the best way to start metal detecting, and here's what to know as a beginner. And I'm like, well, how do you know that I even thought about metal detecting? Because they share information, and it's good for marketing, I suppose, but it's really annoying as a consumer when if you search something on Amazon, that'll magically become something they want you to watch on YouTube. Just so you know a little bit more about it, might want to buy it.
Yeah.
Everybody's selling data nowadays. That's where the money's at.
Oh,
I'd
and
like to buy mine back.
And if you have one of these, watch out. It's always listening, especially with Facebook. I mean, we could be sitting here talking about metal detectors. I bet I will get about 5 or 6 ads later tonight or tomorrow for metal detectors and Facebook on my phone.
Oh, I can't go on Facebook anymore. It gets so fucking dark with the videos that it shows. Like I'm not a dark guy. Okay, gore is all right. Doesn't fucking bother me. I don't fucking puke at blood. But dude, the reels that comes up. It used to be comedy and shit, and all of a sudden it's just these fucking car accident scenes and shit like that. And it's like, oh, okay. Yeah, I wanna listen to people fucking scream and cry because their loved ones passed away over in India or some shit. Like just I used to go on it for comedy and shit, but now I do YouTube because it kind of there's more watch history there to go off of
Yeah.
than oh, I accidentally clicked on this fucking video on Facebook and it watched 3 fucking times, so now everything down the line is gonna be that specific, format that it's going off of. Nuts.
Yeah. It's just crazy.
So, Hammy, are you pretty excited about being the co-host of the Unfiltered?
Uh, yeah, I mean, excited, probably not the right word. Not
Yeah.
that like to downplay it in any way,
No,
but
you can. It's fine. It's BB's. You can do
Yeah, it's
whatever you
BB.
want.
but
Fuck him.
I hosted a podcast before, or co-hosted a podcast before, so it's imagine an NFL player or an NBA player who gets, I'm not equating this, but just imagine the feelings if they go from one team to another, right? It's like, all right, I'm still playing the same game. I'm still doing the same thing. I would say the money is still the same, but it's I look forward to it because there's so much potential in everything that these podcasts do collectively across this whole brand that I think that to say that I'm excited to be a part of one podcast, I'm sitting here on this one too, right? Like, so I want to see if every podcast does great, then one does great. And if one does great, they all do great because everybody's going to get to see the same thing. So no, I'm not excited about it. I look forward to it. I think there's the possibilities are endless, but I can't tell you what's going to happen on the next one because it's unfiltered. It is what like you guys have a good format where you guys cover all the other podcasts, which makes it. I mean, I don't care because I'll say what I want, right? Like that's just how it is. But it makes it interesting to tune in and watch it because if you missed a podcast for any reason, instead, you could go back and watch it. I would suggest still go back and watch it. But you're getting you guys are like almost like the ESPN, the highlight reels at the end of the night of everything sports that day, except for you're doing it at, the beginning of the week when all the podcasts happened over the weekend. So you're giving the analysis, which is, biased, unbiased, because you're biased towards the brand, but you're unbiased towards your opinion. So I think that's a good little thing to be in.
Well, I think I'm the only outsider of the brand before. I've never really been I'm not a big part of the 5M community. I'm not a big part of really any of the drunks part, or I kind of just popped in here, or Tater And A Beer, or The Unfiltered. I was in a couple shows, but it's not like I've never been a part of this brand before. Instead of just being brought in, but 6 months ago, about a year ago now.
Yeah, something like that.
It's been a little while.
Yeah, because you
But
started out on Two Drunks in a Bottle. Then,
yeah,
then from there, then that's when BB said, "Hey, we need to get you your own podcast," and that's when we started doing uh, the aftermath. He started off with BB, and he said he didn't want to be on both of them. So that's when you brought me in afterwards. I think I came in on what, episode 4?
3 or 4. Well, we bribed you to be here. We told you there was cookies, and I ate all the cookies, so my
Yeah, I
bad.
know you ate all the cookies.
Yeah.
I'm still mad
love
about
it.
that.
And that's the thing, right? Is my goal is if I'm available, and I've told who the hell was it now? Tater the other day. I told, he asked me about could I be on his podcast, and I'm like, yeah. I just like give me a day or 2 or 3 heads up so I know. I don't want a month or a week or so. I don't want it to be really far out, but
Yeah.
I think it's good that everybody under the brand collaborates with each other. Obviously, they're standalone, like you two host this. To have people in as guests, or hell, I was just watching, and Decoy said join the chat, so I joined the chat. Completely impromptu, definitely wasn't planned. I was in the middle of making pizza, and here I am. I was running back and forth to my pizza oven trying to talk to you guys.
You didn't burn it, did you?
Oh no, and I didn't even eat it either. I put it in a bag and it's sitting there for later because I know I'm not starving to death. And there's only so much time you guys can do this. So priorities are priorities.
Oh, I eat on the podcast all the time.
Oh,
It's
he
about the
does.
only time I get food, though. I work crazy schedule, like hours, so I got to get food in when I can, because after this, I'm going straight to bed.
Yep.
Long, long days.
No,
But
I
no, we
get that.
appreciate it, man. We appreciate it. It's always good to have a guest on, and hell, Hammy, I think the last time I heard from you is right when you did the intro for the Two Drunks. I guess what'd you do? Give him permission, or you guys unprompted recorded that?
So how that worked
That's
out was actually
scripted.
kind of funny. Was I don't even remember what video it was. It might have been the 4th of July one. I'm not sure. BB can speak for that. He probably has a better memory on that than I do. But something happened in the video where, like, there was just, I could tell there was going to be a little dead space, and that's where I said what I said. Completely unscripted. There was no writing in front of me. I just went with it because they always say I have a voiceover voice, right? So I did it in my best voiceover voice without trying, and it got used. And then we all stopped talking for a little bit, and he reached out to me and said, "Do I mind if it's continued to be used?" And I said, "Absolutely not. You could use it. You know, it's if that's the most I can contribute, then go for it. That's the best. Like I support it when him and Hunter were started out with the two drunks. I was like a cheerleader. I was watching their videos, thumbsing it up, commenting in it, just trying to get YouTube to pick it up. And then I slowly watched them go from doing what they were doing to a better background, to they had live guests, to they were now invited to events. And it was watching the slow progression, but that progression played out week to week for viewers, but day to day that played out in real time for them. So when they asked me about that intro, if they could still use it, I was like, absolutely. Like that's not even a question.
I would have charged him.
No.
Yeah, I would have charged
him
them like
pay in pennies.
a 12-pack.
Pennies.
A 12 or 16 pack at least. You know, you gotta get a
Okay.
night's worth night work out of it.
So BB said it's scripted. Tall ass wrote it. Next on the script, Timmy reads this comment, which he's right. It is all scripted.
Yeah.
And then
No.
us mixing together all the hot sauce into one big shot. Hunter said that's what we did when he made his famous intro line. So when was that?
Oh,
Around?
that was I think that was the 4th of July one then, wasn't it? Because BB was sick. I think they both might have been sick.
Yeah.
But I know BB was sick. And they were taking shots, and during it they were saying about how, you know, it was basically not smart to be drinking on New Year's. There you go.
New Year's.
Where it wasn't smart to be, you know, drinking like they were drinking, feeling the way they felt. And me being the protagonist, I'm like, why don't you just do a shot of hot sauce? Because they had hot sauce. And I was just being funny. And they did shots of hot sauce. And not just like a teaspoon. They did legit shots of hot sauce. So that's where I did that. Yeah, okay, I remember that. I mean, I remember doing it, but I didn't remember the episode. But New Year's, yeah, that was.
Well, there's so many ones that for some reason, for audio issues or for other technical difficulties, that did not make the cut on being put up for VODs. I couldn't remember if it was on one of those or if it was actually one that actually did make the cut.
No, I believe this one stayed live. It's probably still out there. You can go back and listen to it. It is.
Yeah,
that was a good one.
After this show, I'll have to go and look and see if I can find it and put a link to it in there and put it in the description for people to see what we're referring to for some of the
We'll just have to-
earlier days.
We'll have to go back and start doing clips of shit.
Yeah, since
It's gonna be one of those days we sit down.
since Squad Productions owns that media, we can actually re-show that media. So that's something that we might consider doing too.
I was thinking about that, and I kind of want to do like embarrassing outtakes throughout the year. You know, especially to see what BB has that he messes up on and stuff like that. Maybe we get Hunter in there.
Well, it just wouldn't be fun to pick on BB though all the time. That's the problem.
I don't know. I'm having fun.
He's 90% of all
Are
the
you not having
outtakes.
fun?
Oh no,
Well,
I'm having
most of
fun.
them.
He's 90%
See?
of having all the
It would work.
outtakes.
It's still out there. It was last year's episode. We didn't
Okay.
release 25. Yeah. Yeah, because you guys couldn't hold your liquor.
Yeah.
Everybody
BB,
started
what did you do, BB, to become like the cannon fodder here?
Oh, he breathed.
Yeah.
That's about it. He's existing.
I feel like it's just everything is, well, we're doing it because BB did this. If BB didn't do that.
You always have to have the scapegoat in the community.
Yeah.
I think
Usually
he
though,
just
you
he
don't
just makes it easy.
you don't blame the guy at the top usually. Like,
Yeah,
right,
but
like
when that guy's handicapped and it just makes it so easy to hit him from the left side, it's hard
Yeah.
not to.
yeah, but I'm gonna have to start standing on the left side then.
Well,
Why?
If that's gonna be my co-host, we're taking blows for each other here.
No,
no.
no. He deserves it sometimes.
No, he is a great guy. I probably in my top 10.
Wow, he must have paid you a lot of pennies.
No,
Pay
yeah, I
you off.
mean, I
It's
am
called-
collecting them. I'm glad you watched. You got it.
Yeah.
That's good.
It's called being in management and having a beef with the aftermath. These guys make me sick. LOL. So wait, that kind of brings up a question. Hey, BB, when was the last time you actually watched an episode of either Two Drunks in a Bottle or The Unfiltered?
Oh, that's a
Oh.
that's a good question because I can promise you, aside from my YouTube shorts, I have not watched any of my own content from YouTube. I just put that shit out there. Go ahead.
Yeah.
The only reason I watch the shorts is because they're 30 seconds or 60 seconds. So there are certain spots that I cut out when I'm like putting the logos and stuff in to keep it within that time frame. That's the only time I listen to it. Like my videos, I might listen to a minute of it just to make sure that my audio isn't blowing myself out of the water. So I lower the decibels. But then when I did that in my first couple videos and I rendered it, it was like my audio was perfect until I uploaded it, and then it was compacted down even worse, and it sounded like I was whispering in the microphone.
Yeah, that's another YouTube issue. I can go on for decades about how crappy YouTube is when it comes to destroying content creators' videos.
So
Yeah, so
BB
about
says, go ahead. I can cover his
no,
comment in
I
a
was gonna
second.
say so about 3 weeks ago is when I started using Premiere Pro. I don't know all the tricks and traits and shit. I know how to put my video in. I know how to take my video out. I had to watch videos after I was like, why are my videos sounding so quiet? What's going on here? So I watched videos on it, and like everybody said, make sure that your audio is between 0.3 decibels and 0.7 decibels. So I set mine at 0.5.
Yeah, YouTube does not know what a normalizer is. They know what a limiter is. They take your loudest video and they cap that at 100%. And anything at that. So if you're only hitting 0 as your highest audio, that's going to be the red line at that point. That is going to be all the way cranked to the top. So now you're going to have to fight like the last monkey getting on the boat to get your audio to where it's supposed to be. And it's a known issue, and it's because, like I said, YouTube doesn't care about your content. They just want your content on their website. So they're going to compress the living crap out of it just to get more space available for more crap to be put on their servers.
Well, little these bastards know is I put out a video a day, Monday through Friday. So good luck for them.
Oh, yeah.
Got a lot of data complicating things. So BB says never. He doesn't watch his stuff back, which I was gonna call out, but he said
Yeah.
he checks the endings to see how much he slurred because that was one of our debates we've had. He also posted a link for the Two Drunks New Year's episode, which is only episode 8 back then, huh? Jeez.
Yeah.
Imagine that. I don't even think that was my first one either. I think I was there probably sooner than that.
I think you might be right.
Yeah. There's I think you were on a couple of times before that one, though. Yeah, I think there was. I can't remember back that far.
Yeah, I don't know. I was on a bunch of podcasts between then and now, probably that it's hard to tell. I know I was the two drunks in a domestic or two drunks in an argument. That was a good one. Me and Matt Francis, that was a good one. Because I started calling people out on both sides of the fence for being hypocrites. There was just me being on Unfiltered as a podcast name it's like finding an abandoned gold mine.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Because-
it's like a chef's kiss for you.
Yeah, to me that is what it is. It can't get no better because now I have the ability to do what I did before on Two Dudes with a View, but except for probably more consistently. I'm hoping for less than once or more than once a month. I'll have to work with BB to see what his plan is, but I'd like to say what we got to say and then tune in, see what you guys got to say about what we had to say.
Like Inception for shows.
Right, I just feel like I just went around a big circle and almost confused myself on what I was trying to say.
Don't worry, too good. It's a good thing this isn't two stoners with a boner because
I still think
You
that is one
lost
of
both
the
of them.
best one
Oh.
of the best ideas in the world.
I thought so too, man. And I even like said I'd take one for the team, you know.
What
But
the stoner or the boner?
I mean, it's up to you to guess. You got to look at the show.
You know,
Which one's
I feel-
sitting up stiffer?
I feel like I feel like we've deviated a bit. I mean, I'm glad to be here, but I still want to stay here and listen to you guys say this. But what about the other podcasts? Let's give them the grief you give them. Let's do this.
So you did
Well-
bring up the whole you're excited or not excited. You're looking forward to being on to Tater and a Beer as well. So you understand what his podcast brings to the table, what topics they go over, and the criterias for that, right?
Sure. Yeah. No. I've stayed in tune with what's going on this channel.
Okay, so you do stay up to date. You probably stay up to date better than I do, and I'm supposed to be covering half of the show.
Yeah, I don't like I said to them is I might not sit down and watch it, but if I'm doing something, I'll hit the button and let it play. Almost like listening to a radio thing. Like I don't just click on it for 10 minutes so it shows up as a view. I listen. I know what's going on. Some nights I might not catch the whole thing and I might watch it the next day or something, but yeah, no, I've seen, I don't want to say every episode, but I would bet greater than 75%.
Okay. So do you have any LEO experience, prior military experience, firefighter, or any volunteer stuff on your end?
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to spoil it for theirs, but I was in the fire department.
Okay.
I have a very unique story that not many people can relate to, and it evolves or revolves around September the 11th, 2001. Not many people can be a part of that conversation without knowing what it was like that day, right? So, but I was with the fire department from 2000 or 1999 to 2003.
Okay.
And in that time, again, the 9/11 thing happened, and then I became a lieutenant in the fire department because the lieutenant that was there got deployed with the National Guard to, I don't know if it was Afghanistan or wherever. He got deployed because of the war. And before he left, he had to resign from his position, which means there was a special election in the fire department or in our company of the fire department. And I thought I have a snowball's chance of hell of getting any votes, right? Like all I was doing was trainings and showing up I was doing what I was supposed to do, but I never thought that I had a snowball's chance in hell of anything working out. So we went in this night for a meeting and our department meeting. Votes were cast a couple days later. You know, I walked because we didn't have telephones or cell phones and stuff back then, unless you were walking around with the the Nokia brick phone with the pull-out antenna. So, and I didn't have one of those because I didn't make that kind of money. So when I went into the fire department and I seen in the bulletin board behind the plexiglass that they have to shut and lock, it was the pinup board, but they still locked it. I seen that I was voted in as the third was the third lieutenant of my company. So it went Lieutenant 3, Lieutenant 2, Lieutenant 1, Captain. So I was basically the fourth in charge overnight. I went from being nothing to fourth in charge overnight.
Okay.
But the whole
Very-
9/11 thing, without like I'll give you the gist of it, but not go into it. Was I was moving out of my mom's house on 9/11. I was carrying a entertainment center down the steps. I looked over, seen she was watching something on the TV, thought it was a movie. Turned out it wasn't. My pager at the time, I don't even know if they still use these kind of pagers, but it was a Motorola Minitor 1. It was a giant box. It was like huge compared to what it was. It's basically like having a cell phone strapped to your side, but it was a big speaker. It went off. I got in my neighbor's truck and had her drive because she was moving my stuff. Had her drive me down to the fire station. By this time, when I was driving we were driving in a 1977 or 1976 Mac. So it was an open back with a doghouse in the middle with 2 jump seats. Everything in the rear was exposed to the nature. We were cruising. We got called out. Like all available units in our area got called out. We were headed to New York. Once they closed down the Lincoln Tunnel and every entrance into Lower Manhattan, we were called back. We were already an hour and a half into the trip, which to us was like almost a 3-hour trip, 2.5-hour trip. So we turned around and left and came back, and the only thing good that happened out of that is we stopped at some mom and pop restaurant on the way home and got really good food, and that place don't exist anymore, which kind of sucks. But so I was I was going to 9/11 on 9/11, which is not many people can point and say they know somebody that did that.
Yeah.
Didn't make
I
it
don't wanna
there.
take-
Thank God I didn't make it there, but
Yeah, I was gonna say, I don't think, well, with how many firefighters we lost there, it wasn't good odds. You know, there wasn't a lot of the safeties that we have nowadays with training too. Not a lot of people expected that type of devastation.
and honestly, like the only reason that I even got out of the fire department originally, because I have scoliosis, but we have a place where I used to live that was called the Island. It was just a small section in between 2 cities, right? And there was 2 bridges to get to it, so they called it the Island. It's not really an island; it's more like a peninsula. I guess it is an island because there's no landmass. But either way, we went there, and 2 days later, we went there for a fire. 2 days later, we went back and we went and met the fire marshal or the fire investigator there because they were going to go check it out. And when you have a fire investigator go, they call in the fire department in case there's a rekindling or anything like that. They have to have units available. And we were standing out under the porch, and the damn porch collapsed, and it hit me. It didn't hurt really that bad, but you know, liability reasons, they can't have somebody that could become a liability to themselves later down the road. So I ended up needing to leave because of that.
That's always.
But because of that,
sucks too when it's
because of
out
the
your
fire department,
control.
I was also ALS and BLS certified, interior, exterior, the whole 9/11, or the whole 9/11, the whole 9 yards.
I think we're getting some discontent from the Tater and the Beer co-host there,
Yes.
Boogie. Said we're taking their show, so I guess we'll have to stop on the juicy first responder talk.
Oh no, Boogie, I got you, buddy. There's way more juice in that tank. I could tell you radio communications because that is a day that no matter what, I cannot erase from my memory. I remember that day almost word for word, verbatim what came over my pager. I remember the conversations on the truck on the way down, on the way back. That's a good one.
Look at that. The aftermath not only covering what did happen, but also covering what's gonna happen too. When I heard that Tater and the Beer was gonna be a thing, man, I really that show it excited me. Having that bird's eye view and on a first responder's life too. They glorify it in Hollywood and on TV and stuff like that. Just to hear the goofiness that actually does happen, and also like the tragedies that do happen. To hear the first, the getting the I lost my train of thought. Sorry, daughter's ready to go to bed apparently. Um, but getting the first person perspective on it, that's to me that's always been enticing.
Well, yeah, I mean, and like, so with the whole 9/11 thing, like we had a chance to go up and help with the clean out and didn't, or clean up and didn't. But I talked to at different conventions and different meetings afterwards, people that were there, and got to hear the horror stories that the TV didn't really. You could watch that and say, "Oh shit, that's bad. That's a
Mhm.
tragedy." But when you hear it firsthand about like what it was like to feel the ground shake before the building even started to fall, you start to really understand the 3,000 people that died that day. The There was so much that went into that. Like, to anybody that has something to say negative about that, I dare them to even live a second in any of their lives. But I realized that I was doing something. Like, to me, I was always looking at it like I'm doing good for my community. I
Mhm.
wasn't exactly a model juvenile. The cops knew my name by name. They could see me from 2 blocks away and be like, "Yep, let's go get that ginger bastard. Oh, we don't got to chase him. We'll just go to his house and wait for him to come home." They knew. So I gave back, and I was like, "All right, I messed up. Let me go give back." It wasn't until my nephew looked at me in the eyes, and he was probably 6 years old, 7 years old, and how he knew to say this, but when he said it, it like really put things into perspective. He said, and I'm gonna put my name out there, but he said, "Uncle Bill, why do you race to your death?" And I was like, "Damn, I never really thought of it that way. I was thinking of it more like I was racing to help somebody to avoid their death. I wasn't thinking about me dying." There's a selflessness in it. So even the people that come back in the military and talk shit about the military, you still got to respect them, because they did something that 90% of the world, 90% of the country in perspective, wouldn't do.
Yeah, I've held off a couple of stories from my time, and just to wait for the Tater and a Beer podcast, which is supposed to be last the weekend before, but called out of it last second. So, but I've got about 10 minutes left here before I got to get a little toddler to bed.
Well, I think you better
So
start hitting up on some
let's
other
go.
podcasts. Let's
Yeah.
dump on them.
Yeah. Let's get them real quick.
So
So they had a Tater and a Beer episode. Um, I caught majority of it. I believe Tyler was he was
yes.
a guest on there. They covered an explosion from what I've saw. I think that was halfway through or partially way through there. I don't know. They don't really do the stuff that they cover is kind of hard to talk trash on.
Yeah.
Except the tweeting in the background. Somebody is trying to be a farmer now, apparently. I think that was Tater. Got turkeys and ducks and stuff.
Oh yeah. His wife or kids got like turkey, ducks, and something else. And I told him, I said, "What are you doing? Getting the head started on Thanksgiving?" It's
Dude, imagine anybody could go to their park and just take the geese out of the park. I think that's what they did. They went to a petting zoo and they just
pretty
pimped
much.
those fucking birds. Them poor birds.
Well,
But no, overall, I think it was a good episode. I mean,
yeah.
it wasn't from an. I gotta understand it from a different perspective too, because I kind of threw a whole wrench in it, which sucks. But hopefully, we'll be able to continue on with it next weekend or this coming up Saturday.
And then the Cream of the Resistance, the worst of the worst, two drunks.
No, yeah, I don't know. I don't think they're doing an episode this Saturday here.
Yeah, I don't know if they are or not, but Tater got some pretty good jabs in on BB this go around. I do remember that. I think that was after you said you stopped watching because BB went on his 4-hour marathon on the last one
Oh
instead of
yeah.
a 2-hour one.
Yeah, I had to log out about 2 hours in, maybe an hour and a half in, and I think Tater and Boogie joined after that.
Yeah,
So,
I was sitting there kind of just watching and working on other things. I was busy working on some other podcast shows, getting them ready. But I kept an eye on both of the orange juice containers, and the one in front of BB was orange juice and pineapple. Ooh. And the one
mm,
in front of Hunter was regular orange juice. But I noticed that Hunter's orange juice bottle kept going down further than what BB's was. So I couldn't tell if Hunter was outdoing BB or if it was just BB was just keeping what was there and just adding more to it. So I couldn't
I,
really tell.
I don't want to cut you
yeah.
guys off on a train of thought, but A South Coast Production, what's up, man?
Oh yeah, and Boogie he
I had
had 5 drinks to
5
their
drinks to
3.
their 3. Yeah, it was another, oh, no, that's right, because that episode was about Boogie, and then,
Yeah,
Tater jumped in
yeah.
because
Tater
they
jumped in
revisited
because Tater's got cut short on his. So they
Mhm.
decided they asked Boogie if he was okay, and they allowed him to come in. Because you it's host to host and everything else, and I mean everything's always good when you have your co-host on there. But most of it, I can't remember a lot of it because, like I said, I was more a little occupied working on some other back end stuff for other podcasts and everything else.
Mhm. Well, they kind of, I don't know, revisiting stuff's hard too because it was pretty soon that we had this, or how do you really say that? It was it was soon after they released their Screwdriver episode beforehand.
Yeah.
So, I think they handled it pretty well. Somebody can't do a shot of vodka, we found out, which is pretty hilarious.
I'm gonna,
Somebody
I'm gonna,
beyond.
yeah, I'm gonna toast him with that. I was in a belly roll when he took that first shot and just ran off camera, and I'm like, he's throwing up, he's throwing up, he's throwing up,
Mhm.
and then he came back and he wasn't throwing up, and I'm like, damn it, I was hoping BB was throwing up,
I was really
and
hoping. I couldn't
it
wait
was.
to bring that up.
But to be fair though, if you've never done that, like just like if you've done that just straight off the jump, that diesel fuel will get you.
Oh yeah.
I don't know why that was a good idea. And I don't know, did Hunter did he do the same thing? Like did they take the same shot? Because I know there was the whole cup thing where they were like the bottom of the cup is a shot or 2 shots or whatever, and the other ones
I
and
be-
like BB measured it out, and then they took the shots, and I'm like, I watched him get up and take off. Now I know he's getting over like a cold, so that's I'll give him a 10% reprieve on that because that
yeah.
could be like take your breath away. But even fully healthy, whacking that down on camera is some balls because you don't know what's about to happen because nobody
Mhm.
knows what's about to happen.
Well, especially when you decide to inhale it instead of drink it.
But
Like, I
for
don't know if you've ever caught a strong scent of alcohol. It kind of just hits different in the back of the throat. BB poured the shots, but all of us took a shot. I thought so.
yeah, but towards the end though, I do remember that they were actually mixing hot sauce to the screwdrivers.
I think they started off with that this time too, because Boogie mentioned that was a good mixer as well from the last screwdriver
Yeah,
episode.
and it's like, I'm
So they
thinking to myself, "What the hell is he doing?" I mean, he can't get, 2 words out without, getting an iron lung to go sit in right now. It's like, that's the last thing you need is, vodka, orange juice, and hot sauce.
yeah, it makes it just yeah, it just makes it kind of difficult to try to do that on air too,
Yeah,
because
but
you don't want to.
if you ask Harold, back in my day, we used to take liquor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh
he's,
my goodness.
but, that's gonna take us into something that he wants us to start doing now.
Yeah, I don't know if I would have listened to him since he brought it up, but apparently we got, I don't know, how do I want to say this, permission
Yeah.
to, view, what's the way he described it to you? Because I think it was a little bit different from what he described for me.
What he told me was that
I'm a genius. What can I say? He says, "Shut up,
he
BB."
he wants us to start, giving out, like, kinda like a raspberry award, for the least, producing one of the podcasts, like hang a sign
Punishment of the
around your
Week
neck.
award.
Yeah,
That's what it
punishment.
is.
Yeah,
Punishment of the
punish.
week award.
Yeah, and I mean, when we say this, we all know each other, and we've known each other for some time. At least
I
majority
think
of us.
we could probably give it a better name too, like a "Hey, do better next time" award.
Yeah.
Or
Uh,
here's your participation trophy.
yeah. Oh God,
It'll
don't
just be the
go there.
participation trophy.
I feel like this: if you're if you somehow get picked to be the worst of the week, I would take that as a compliment. One, because at least you were picked to be something,
Yeah.
and two, content is key on YouTube. There's unless you said, "Hey, chop your nuts off live on YouTube," I'd be like, you probably go to hell with that." But
Hey,
if you
idiot, I
want
would
me
do that
to,
again.
come up with something stupid like, I don't know. I mean, obviously I don't share my camera, so it would be hard. You would just have to trust me. But if you said something like, I don't know, let's just throw something out there. Like do a cinnamon challenge or something. All right, whatever. I'm gonna have to clean my monitor because I'm going to spit all over the damn thing. But y'all won't see it. You'll just have to trust me. That's
Yeah.
what it
We're gonna
is. Like,
we're gonna have to get you with a mask on or something so you can do it.
no, no.
It might
I
make
just
it worse.
it might because how in the hell am I supposed to carry on with a mask around trying to do a cinnamon challenge?
Try to breathe it out and you're just breathing it right back in.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah.
I don't think we're gonna go as extreme as a cinnamon challenge or something.
No.
Because that in the wrong aspects can, I mean, there's a danger to everything, but like doing the Tide Pod bullshit, the cinnamon challenge bullshit, like there's no need for just straight up hazing. But like I'm not gonna make you go fucking streaking down your street and post a video on live. You're not
With the
gonna.
cinnamon challenge, the one thing about the cinnamon challenge that I can say is that is about the safest challenge you can do because your body has a thing called a natural reflux that if your body doesn't want it, it kicks it out right away. Like I did the
Yeah.
cinnamon challenge 30 years ago before it was a challenge when you just like try to eat a spoonful of cinnamon. And I've done it 100 times since then, and I'm relatively fine aside from old age and cigarettes and beer. Like relatively, I would say okay. Uh, the only way you could have a negative effect from taking cinnamon is if your brain don't tell your lungs that doesn't tell your mouth to shoot that shit back out. If none of them dots are connected, well then you're probably in trouble. It's kind
Mhm.
of like you watch the videos of people that do shots of lemon juice. You watch, there'll be like 100 of them. Out of the 100, one of them goes, what was that? But that's the one that didn't react, but is still fine.
That's the one
All
that's
the
been
other ones,
sniffing citric acid their entire life. Yeah.
Yeah, all the other ones spit that shit out and they're like freaking out on camera, and their body just does what your body does. So if something bad happens to you from doing a simple like, I'm not gonna say, "Oh, eat this Tide Pod somehow. That's a good idea," or here, fill this condom with bleach and take a bite out of it and see what happens. Like, there's some challenges out there that are just stupid. I don't think some of them are as bad as what other people think they are.
Okay.
Yeah, there's like no way we would actually go like military crazy hazing or college,
Wait,
maybe a little.
why not military hazing? That's the funnest hazing.
Yeah. Some of that
God, you
stuff is
know,
like,
I've got people that will give me awards to send to BB so he can get like forcibly given valor, make him wear shit. Oh, dude, it'd be great. Since he's really patriotic and shit, I feel like he'd be good for that.
About what was that? Probably less than 10 years ago. My brother-in-law got with got with his girl who already had 2 kids. And they essentially became nephews on that day, right? Like, cuz kids are innocent until you want to punch them in the mouth.
Mm, other people's
And
children, yes.
I would go there, hang out with them, and roughhouse with them, and they were the kind of boys that first shot is a nut shot. They would just go right for the old yam bag.
Yeah.
mhm.
But then there's a video that my wife has of me teaching the one how to count out back. And I told the one actually last Saturday, first day of trout here in Pennsylvania, said to me, he said, "Uncle Bill, remember when I lost a bet to you at Knoebels," which anybody that's not familiar with it is like our biggest amusement park in Pennsylvania. It's free. But he said to me, "Remember when I lost a bet to you and you made me walk around to Knoebels dressed as a girl?" And I said, "Yeah, I remember that now that you bring it up. I wouldn't have remembered it before. But that's just a simple little punishment. Like, he made a bet, he lost, he honored it. He's a douchebag now. I'd like to knock him out, but he's not 18. But still, at least he honored his word and did what he said he was going to do."
Oh, old Cyclops is getting spicy in the comments again.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I do remember a
there's a
comment
healthy
that,
part of it.
yeah,
Huh?
I do remember that's one of the comments that Tater was actually making. It's like, you got a couple of good jabs in on that Cyclops stuff on Two Drunks.
Yeah. Well,
Um,
so we covered the two drunks. We covered the unfiltered. We actually had the guest of the unfiltered that turned into a
yes.
co-host. Uh, we I think we dabbled in the tater and a beer.
Yep.
What else? We dropped our permission card that we got from the old Squadcast Productions. What else did we have for tonight?
I believe that is it.
I think that's all we got. I mean, honestly, I could sit here and talk to Hammy for another couple hours here, but I would not have a very happy old lady
Yeah,
and daughter.
yeah, that is true.
Where was the drama? You promised drama. That's part of the whole gig. You
That's
got
part
it.
of the whole gig.
Congratulations.
Clickbait. Haha.
Yeah, got you in here, didn't we?
Hey,
Well,
I
that,
dropped a little bit of drama there at the end with the whole challenge thing. I tried
Yeah, you
to.
did. Hey, well, we'll make a promise to the old Cyclops here. We'll provide the drama next time. You just have to wait. We gave you a sneak peek.
yeah,
Trying
I
to
mean,
cross promote a little bit, and go ahead and tune into the next Unfiltered podcast. There'll be some shit said then.
I'm
well, I
looking
mean,
forward to it.
are you gonna be the drama king and BB's gonna be the drama queen?
No, I'm gonna just tell the truth, and
Okay.
it might hurt some feelings, but it's unfiltered.
Unfiltered.
BB can't be mad. He knows.
The
All due
the
respect.
the only filter you know is the filter for the hops separating out the barley.
So,
Oh, shit.
yeah, I don't.
Just
He's
dropping in to give drama. That guy, that Wolfie guy, his beard's weird.
Beard's weird.
Beard's weird. What, this?
The beard's weird. No, I think he was talking about me.
Well, if nothing else, he might be a backup writer to Eminem. The beard's weird. Beard's
Oh.
weird. You can make that a beat. I mean, now that he says it, let's have this little small conversation. What's going on with the handlebars down the side?
Who? Me?
I don't
Yeah, it
have
looks like
handlebars.
no, it looks like your beard. I mean, it might just be shadows, but it looks like your beard is like.
Oh, you mean right here? Because I can't grow it.
Oh,
Yeah,
I got a wild beard too, so I can't really talk. Like I have. This is terrible. I have red hair, long red. Well, I don't want to say long, but decent sized beard, long red hair. I drive a black minivan. I live in Amish country. There's a bunch of Mennonites around. The wife thinks this shit is absolutely the funniest thing. We'll be driving down the road, and the Mennonites will wave at me. And I'm like, y'all don't see I'm wearing, I got a cigarette hanging out my lip, a goddamn baseball cap on. Y'all are waving to me like I'm one of you. So I understand like if I would shave my beard, they probably wouldn't wave at me no more. I said to her today, we were out just driving around trying to get lost, like just having fun. We went fishing and a bunch of stupid shit, just kind of having fun together. And I said to her, I said, that's it. I said, I'm painting the hood of my car to look like the General Lee. I got a black minivan. I'm going to paint that sumbitch to look like the General Lee. They'll stop waving at me then. Not that I have something against them, but it's just like no other vehicle on the road waves at me unless they know me. But every time I pass a horse and buggy or another Mennonite, they wave.
Well,
100% of the time.
Okay, so wait. You drive a black minivan, okay? Nothing screams. Nothing screams Amish taxi more than a black minivan.
You're right. That's why I named it the man van.
The man van.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's a pickup truck that looks like a van because the back seats are folded down. It's if I were to take video of it right now, if I would go out and go live and show you the back of my van, holy shit! There's like 14 fishing rods. There's a metal detector. There's chairs. It looks like the back of a truck, except for it's a van. But these Mennonite don't care. They see it and go, "How you doing?"
Does it have a windshield?
It still has a windshield, yes.
Then how do you steer the horses?
It's hard. It's almost like having this this ship's steering wheel attached to my belt buckle. No matter what I do, it's driving me nuts.
I got one more piece of drama. Grumpy old man over there. I just got.
He's gone.
What the hell just happened there?
Pull me out of here, you grumpy old fuck!
I didn't do it. Hey, my hands are here.
They canceled.
Oh,
my hands are still here. That's
the
Timmy.
strangest things.
Uh-oh.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Timmy's fixing to get demoted, I guess.
Come back in here for this your spiel.
Come in here. We need the drama queen in here.
I'm smart enough to know to avoid pissing off the one person that has control. Uh-oh. Now you've done it, Timmy.
Yeah.
This ain't aftermath, just math. 1 + 1 or 1 - 1 equals decoy.
Here's host 2.0 or 2.5.
All right. I have gotten the call. I've got to go, guys. So we need to wrap this up here.
Okay.
She's clicking on every button.
Uh-oh.
Be sure you guys like, comment, subscribe. Hammy,
She just muted you.
We appreciate you coming in, man. We're gonna give it a cool down week here for the repercussions assignments there. Hi, you waving. At least the views will be up.
Where's my mouse?
But we're gonna give a 1 week cooldown here. If we miss something, make sure you guys put it in the comments for us to go over next week. When we come back, will you stop clicking buttons?
Somebody else dropped the link to the the Discord in the chat. Somebody has permission. Drop that in there. Come on over. You got some kind of something you want to say here, listen to? You got an opinion? One of these podcasts would like to cover a topic you have to talk about. Come on in and do it.
Oh yeah. We'll pick on you. We're not proud.
Well, do you got anything else, Decoy?
No, I'm actually pretty good.
All right. Well, if nothing else. You guys, have a good night, and thanks for tuning in, guys.
Yeah, but thanks for hosting us this week, and Hammy, thank you for joining us.
Absolutely, guys. Thanks for having me. I don't know what else I would have done except for eat pizza, but I mean, I'm drinking beer, which that's par for the course. So anything I could do to help you guys out. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. Anytime, man. We'll have you on again. Well,
Yep.
thank you, guys.
Again, we'll see y'all on the next one.